You see, they went out from us because they were not of us. They had, these brothers had their own agenda all the time. They were pushing their own head. And when Brother Rashalam, the Lord used them to the Spirit and said the key to this whole thing was obedience. The Lord was, and the Bible said because obedience is better than sacrifice. For rebellion is like the sin of witchcraft. It's like the sin of witchcraft. You wicked bastard, it's like the sin of witchcraft. And that is what you niggas did. You rebel against the teachers that taught you. Read.
For if they had been of us,
for if the, and this is John here, John said that if they have been for us, well,
they would no doubt have continued with us.
Because this brother is now coming and he continued with us, brother Nathan now coming, he continued with us, and all the younger brothers, they don't continue with us. Yasat continue with us. Yakal continue with us. Brother Howard continue with us. Brother Rashalam continue with us. Because they know the truth is based upon a solid foundation. You get a scripture from the whole idea in Zion, a sure foundation. Check it up. But you hear it, check it up. The whole idea in Zion as a foundation. I think it's a psalm or something like that. Yeah, this truth is a sure foundation. The house is built upon a foundation. The foundation was already laid. You can't come and build another foundation upon that foundation. What nonsense in the wind? Like confusion, really. Behold, I lay in Zion a foundation. Yeah. Yeah. Not leader, L-E-Y. You let me scripture will come on. The scripture will come on.
Try Isaiah 28 and 16.
That is it itself. Yeah. Anybody have to read it?
Yeah, over there.
Read it, Brother Absalom.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 16.
Well,
therefore, thus saith Yahweh power.
Well,
behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation.
The Lord said, I lay in Zion a foundation. The foundation is this truth you grew up on. So you're getting to know yourself as an Israelite. You had teachers that taught you that. You didn't taught yourself that. You had teachers that laid a foundation. So he said, behold, I lay in Zion what?
For a foundation.
A foundation of stone. We are the stones. That is, we are the tried stones. Can? Read.
A tried stone.
A what?
A tried stone.
A tried stone.
A precious cornerstone.
A precious cornerstone. That precious cornerstone is the Hawashai. Read. That is stone that the builders refuse. That is stone that you brothers refusing. Because for you to tell brothers stop doing the work, you refusing the Hawashai. You serving another power. Read.
A sure foundation.
A sure foundation. You're standing. We stand upon a sure foundation. Well,
he that believeth.
That foundation is a sure revelation. In case you all didn't know, that foundation represents a sure revelation. So like your word.
A sure foundation.
A sure foundation which is the revealing of your Hawashai Mashiach. Read.
He that believeth.
He that believeth, well,
shall not make haste.
That's why we didn't go and seek another power or go and seek another doctrine. Because he that believeth shall not make haste. In other words, you will stand upon what you believe. That's all.
It's rigid. Why you want to jump on a stone that's shaking and shaky?
And shaking.
You understand?
Oh God. Go continue. Who was reading from you? Was reading? Go back into what you were reading. And then we will get into scripture with the mark of the beast where okay, go ahead.
But they went out that they might be made manifest.
Yeah, they are Antichrist. They went out that the spirit of the Antichrist upon them will be made manifest. See, the spirit of Antichrist is not only just Esau. We know he is the Antichrist, but there are many Antichrists. And once you come up against that, says the Lord, you are an Antichrist. Read.
That they might be made manifest that they would not all of us.
That they would not, read that up again?
That they would not all of us.
That they would not all of us, or they would not with all of us. They would not with the brothers. Come on, we eat and break bread together and you didn't love me. Because if you love me, you'd have been laboring with me. You break bread with Boran, Makazan, all these brothers and them, and you didn't love them. You drink wine with Brother Nagad and Priest Kahan and Brother Rashalam, and you didn't love us. See, you did that with us, and you didn't love us. A brother was giving money from a certain brother to go circumcised. He never get himself circumcised. That's all. He take the money and use it, and you never tell that brother X, Y, and Z. And that very same brother now got seduced by other brothers till they he stopped buying too. Continue on.
But ye have unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
But we have what?
But ye have unction from the Holy One.
Well,
But ye have unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
And just now, and who know all things? And ye?
And ye know all things.
Alright, hold it, so hold it. So now, I thought no camp can have 100% truth, right? But that way you say, no, sir, they say, no, who he is. That way you say, right, that no one camp could have 100% truth. But anyhow, we in here for that. We are for the mark of the beast, right? Because
write it on that. Wait a moment. Write it on that.
Right? We in here for that, be on the mark of the beast, because at the end of the day, all the men pull all their hand from the plow, or they go out and preach, or they make videos to warn the people, right?
And boys came up on you took the mark of the beast.
Right? And all they warn the people, right?
Just
now, 16 you wanting something.
Oh, you wanted something?
Yeah.
Alright, bring up the Yahweh priest.
Right.
So like
I just put Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
O virgin daughter of Babylon. Who is virgin daughter of Babylon? When you go to Psalms 137 and 7, it will let you know, right? And that's quoting the scripture for you, right? Esau Edom is the daughter of Babylon, alright? Because she take all the philosophies and everything of Babylon, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Sit on the ground.
Sit on the ground, which is what? Come down to that low estate, right? Go ahead.
Right? There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, no throne, there is no rulership for you, right? O daughter of the Chaldeans, right? Which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Alright, go ahead.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, there is no more going to be called tender and delicate. No nation, none of the nation is going to have respect for you anymore. Right? There is not going to look up to you anymore. Right? There is not going to come to you for all your wisdom and what have you anymore. Right? These nations right now, they conjuring up all means and ways and plans into destroying you. Alright, go ahead.
Jump down to verse 6, right?
Yeah, jump down to verse 6
Isaiah 47 and verse 6.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was wroth with my people.
Yeah, right? He was wroth. Mosiah said, I was wroth with my people. I was angry. I was vexed with my people. Go ahead.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
Yeah, Mosiah, you know, I pollute my inheritance. Well, which is that Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou shalt discontinue from thy heritage.
And that's what you brothers do.
Right?
And I mean to go back there, but that's what you brothers doing. You discontinue from your heritage. See, the scripture doesn't lie. The person niggas will discontinue from the heritage, and they discontinue from the heritage. If you stop doing the work, you discontinue from your heritage. Read.
Right? And given them into thine hand.
Given us into your hand, Esau Edom. Go ahead.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
You show us no mercy. Go ahead.
Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Down to the old man, right? Because the scripture said you don't need a regard old or young, right? You need to show pity, right? Go ahead.
And then so like, and then he tell Ezekiel, he said, go to the city, son of man, and smite. Start with the age and then the young.
Yeah, right?
And there's a reason why he says start with the age. These old bastards never teach you nothing.
One set no example, no proper
There
example.
was wicked. We had an example of that in the book of Susanna. 2 age-old bastards looking at Susanna, a man wife, and marveling at her. The Lord said, well, start with the age first and kill them out. But if you're going to show an example of what else the youth will do.
Well,
And verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
You said, right, thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. When you go back to Salakia, what's the name? No, that's Revelation 18. Which all the scriptures going to come to light here. Alright, Revelation 18. Revelation 18, Revelation 18, Revelation 18 and Alright? Revelation 18 and 7. Right? How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. Right? So much torment and sorrow give her.
How she glorified herself? She set up embassies in all the countries. All countries, America, US embassies. I mean, you know, we have rights. You understand? Then she glorified herself in her military might. And going to the moon and blasting rocket space out of the moon.
And the economy, you know.
Glorify herself by sending missiles at Iran or Iraq, one of them places there. You understand? Yeah. America, you did that. This is your judgment. We read it here.
Right?
Read it.
Right? For she had said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
So she said, I sit a queen. I am Miss America, and I shall see no sorrow. You have Donald Trump phrase, make America great again.
Because what I feel the other understand is, this, right? America has never been infiltrated by any foreign nation, right? The nation of America, right? Ever since they have gained independence from the British, right? No other nation has been able to conquer them, to invade them, to conquer them, what have you, right? Huh? Psalms 40, yeah, can.
Like this Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
To all generations, so all generation of their nation, Esau, Edom, right? So they have it in their mindset that America would never be destroyed, right? So continue in the Isaiah.
Right, verse 7, right?
Yeah.
Verse 7, Isaiah 47 and 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
Yeah, Lady Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty, right? Right.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Which means you never study the repercussions. Because here it is, you want to chip the whole world, right? You are your wickedness, your sorceries, your witchcraft, and to chip the whole world, right? And you never even put the thought the repercussions of what is to happen. Well,
neither did us remember the latter end of it.
Yeah, you didn't remember the latter end, even all the wickedness that you have done unto Israel. You never thought of the end recompense for all the wickedness that you have done unto Israel. Right?
And the prophecy too as well, if you get the prophecy.
Turn. Right? Go ahead.
Right? Therefore hear now this. Thou that art given to pleasures.
Thou that are what?
Given to pleasures.
Where is your pleasures, your economy and all these things? Right? These things that you glorify yourself with, you know, these things that you pride yourself with. Right? You go ahead.
That dwelleth carelessly.
She dwelleth carelessly. Right? Because again, no nation never enter into America. America is the one that does the attacks, goes into other nations, conquer them, take down the so-called democratic elected leaders and set up their puppets.
Yeah.
Right? Look what they do with Gaddafi. Right? They take down Gaddafi and from ever since it's always puppets they put in.
So like and just to integrate something with this brother saying here too, and the Democrat and Republican. Really and truly, the Democrat and Republican is two pawns on the devil's head. Ain't nothing good about the Democrat and ain't nothing good about the Republican neither. You know something, the Negroes, you Negroes of course, they will say, well, you know, we really want a Democrat president. And no, it ain't no difference there, no.
And the Democrat,
because it's still the draconian laws they'll have to live under.
Right?
It all goes back into the Senate. We don't want to stray from the point, but it's kind of what I'm talking about. It all goes back into the Senate.
Right? Go ahead, read
That dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am. and none else beside me.
Yeah, I am, and none else beside me. Right? That go back to again that God complex they have about them, these so-called white people. Right? Go ahead.
Right? I shall not sit as a widow.
Right?
Neither shall I know the loss of children.
Right? Which means what? I will never lose a war. Right? They say it in their heart they will never lose a war. Right? But hey, the Vietnamese show you that they can lose. Because all the Vietnamese had us to do for them was for them to do lose. Right? They don't care how much men they lost. Right? That Vietnam War, they didn't care how much men they lost. Their whole strategy was, hey, we is not to lose. Right? We is going to continue fighting guerrilla warfare, guerrilla tactics, whatnot, what have you, right? And just try and make it as bloody for them as possible, right? So that hey, we can win this one. That's how they end up winning it. After that, America never really win no war. Look, alright, they defeat Saddam back in Desert Storm. Yeah, they defeat, but they didn't really depose Saddam, right? Saddam was still there until Bush, when Bush deposed him, but still, hey, well, look what take place. Alright, already defeat the Iraqi army, but look what ended up happening. An insurgency where militants coming from different countries to fight against you. And the thing is, you can never win an insurgency war. Right? Where people coming from all over the world into that country, in that battlefield. You cannot win that war. A war like that, there is a war like you call I think it's a non-conventional war. You can't win that war. You can't win that war. Right? And then you have World War III coming up, and you surely is not going to win that war neither. Right? Continue.
Let's read the very last part of it, right?
Yeah.
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
The Lord says, these two things shall come to you in a moment, in a 1 day time.
Right, back to Revelation 18 again.
And
in 1 hour.
In 1 hour, one hour time. Read.
Right, go ahead, read.
The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come.
Because Salakia, that goes back into everybody will desert her. And every man will flee to our own country.
Can.
Go ahead.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
This is the point here now, right? In the multitude of thy sorceries. Where is your sorceries? That blasted RFID chip. Right? That is your sorceries, right? Oh yeah, your Neuralink, yeah, your RFID microchip, right? Where you want to connect with the satellite and your 5G towers.
Hey, we going hard with the RFID chip.
Skin graphs.
Yeah.
Working with the chip.
No.
We going hard with the RFID chip because that is the prophecy circulating in the air now. Right?
Then you have the amount of things Esau have, because I say they want to put it in your brain, because you already know the prophecy, Revelation 13 and 16, right? With your head and your hand and whatnot. That one in your head, that is for you to literally connect to the Internet of Things, as I always say, right? Where you just had to think up something, and it will be in front of your face like a hologram now.
That's what they want to do.
You understand?
So for instance, if you want to learn Kung Fu, you just hook up yourself.
But that's what they say.
And program it to your mind. And all of a sudden you know Kung Fu.
You know Kung Fu in no time at all.
Yeah.
This is the reality. That is your nice doctor who keep rowdy, then you wicked Negroes go and vote. When was the election?
What are rowdy? What are Kamla?
The 10th of August?
Yeah.
But let me deal with Rowdy for the while because I
easy man, that easy
because
man.
I ain't sure Kamala coming in. Kamala ain't coming in. Rowdy coming back again. They love paying them.
Yeah.
But what we saying is that is your nice Dr. Rowley.
That is what you have in store.
That is what you have in store. That is what he come to, like the conclusion, hey, he wants you to get back stable, so hey, we will take the vaccine.
Right?
Yeah,
Continue on. Continue.
Alright. Multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah, the enchantments, right? Going to that word enchantment, some of the Yakal. I mean, about the Yakal, Kaya.
The same thing if you're watching movies.
Isaiah 47.
You have witchcraft live on television. You got the Church of Satan live in America. You know a church called the Church of Satan live in America?
Yeah,
people going actually to worship Satan. Boy. So in America, they say, that's why John say, when I watch this woman, I watch in great admiration. He marvel at all kind of things you can find in that place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With great admiration. You understand? Because back in John and them time, if a man see you going to worship Satan, a man will want to kill you. So to see people going in this place called Mystery Babylon, and you could walk in a church called the Church of Satan and sit down and have a,
Right, so the word enchantment, right? The Strong's age 2266, Kiba or Keba, right? Association, company, band, shared association, society.
And hold on, with the shared association, associated with what? You associated with what? The Satanists, the pedophiles. Remember, that is when the Satanist group came up. Some time ago I was watching, I think that way before the pandemic came up, but anyway I was watching it, and the Satanist woman saying on this, and we come to let the pedophile, the homosexuals, the lesbians, the this, the that, the other, know that if you all are part of that, then you all are Satanists, but you all don't know it. You understand what I'm saying? So why not we all come together and bring this freedom to the world, and that is what that's the agenda they're pushing. So that men like we know who's standing for this truth, we gonna be attracted to the state. They gonna want me around too much. We like I tell you, brothers, this gospel we preaching and this time of our prophecy is very short. It's gonna be very short, a short, sweet message, and that is the day. It's gonna be short, huh? It's gonna be short. They're gonna shut us off.
Well, I'm going back to that word too. If you watch Avengers and Thor them they basically say, because when they say they certain enchantments or certain spells that they cast, where you can't understand it, and it's really technology. Right? It's really technology, about certain advanced technology. It appears as enchantment. That appears as magic.
The music you listen to have enchantment in it. That's why they use intake. The very television you won't have enchantment there, that's why you just intake. There's a lot of things that in this truth sacrifice you'll have to make a lot of cutting out certain things just to keep yourself balanced. This thing is not no easy thing.
The CIA, the FBI have proven methods that they use, like technological, psychiatric, psychological warfare, right? And obviously they have these guys who rule the media, who was the elites, and they have all that information and knowledge at their disposal, that wisdom. Worldly wisdom, right? So when you see children sitting down behind TV, right, every day, whole day, you understand? It's all that wickedness that's being programmed, right? They've been flashing lights. That's what they use for interrogation, right?
Right. So a magician, a charmer, spell. So I'm going into the etymology. Right? To unite, join, bind together, right? Be joined, be coupled, be in league.
Be in what?
In league.
Right.
Keep up, have fellowship with.
So you see, I like that word, be in league with them. Wow.
Right?
We have fellowship with them. What fellowship is like with darkness?
Right? To unite, to be joined, to tie magic charms, to unite, make an ally of, right? To unite, to join, to ally. We're showing you. One world order. One world order.
And what did the scripture say in Genesis? It says now the world is one. Let us go down and confuse them. You see? That is the whole height. That is the agenda that everybody in the same state of mind. That is where we go. How do you think when you brothers go out in the street and the preach that they have so much opposition? Why? Because our gospel is not the gospel of this world. Christianity gospel, that is the gospel of this world.
Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Verse 7 and 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
But thou was what?
Trusted in thy wickedness.
The Lord said you trust in your wickedness. You trust in the arm of Esau. Read.
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
And thou hast said what?
None seeth me.
Bring it up, please.
I see Edomites, you know. Because it also say it in Psalms, I can't remember the exact Psalms.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact Psalms. I'm trying to remember how yeah, you know, within the secret council, you know, and they say who saved me, you know, and none and the most high, nobody ain't seeing us. Because kill them dead, all these what they're doing here, nobody ain't seeing them. Kill them dead. You know, all this what they're doing here, that nobody is not seeing them. Right? But hey, the Most High seeing you. Because the Most High says, eyes is 10 times brighter than, and not 10 times, I think 1,000 times brighter than the sun here, roughly paraphrasing. Right? The Most High seeing everything that you're doing. And he is being exposed. How you're being exposed? By the prophets through the prophets. Right? Where?
None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Yeah, your
Lord
wisdom.
saying wisdom and your knowledge perverted you. See?
It cloud your judgment, it cloud your mind, you know, it take away righteousness from you.
So now the Lord had asked there, he says, is the wisdom going from thee, man?
Yeah. Right, go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am.
You what?
I am.
Yeah, you call yourself a God.
And that is a blasphemous statement to make, yeah?
That was when the Lord tell Moses to, right?
Yeah.
On the thing, I am.
And that is what most of these entertainers use.
Yeah.
That phrase, I am.
Can.
Jay-Z used it, Beyonce used it,
Nas.
Nas. And that's a blasphemous statement. Only one I am, and I the great I am.
No, not homosexual. Not homosexual. I'm talking about Nas, yeah.
Well,
Brother.
I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Shall what?
Evil come upon thee.
Yeah, the Lord said He's going to put that multiply evil upon thee.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. You don't know when the Lord will put His Spirit on Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
If he was the man at that point in time, you don't know when the Lord will put His Spirit on Vladimir Putin. Or some mad scientist to try to press a bomb and throw it.
Yeah.
The first place it might fall in Washington DC. We want to scripture because we too much time here. Yeah.
Revelation 16:1.
Yeah.
And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth.
Upon the earth. That's why all these things happening all around the world.
Because the spirits, the empire is being poured out of.
Can. Yeah, the pandemic, I'm going to say, is the Lord pass spirit on a man to do that? On the left hand side, that's all. Really?
Good.
And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast.
Nanomites technology and remediation.
So I want to say something here.
Well, yeah, sure.
So to IUIC, read a little part again there.
And the first went
Can.
See if you see that.
and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast.
Which are the mark of the beast, right? So watch this, right? IUIC. Right? Sin is the mark of the beast, right? IUIC. So then all of we supposed to have real sores and whatnot.
Yeah, and those dotage brothers who pushing right now, the mark of the beast is a man. So that man go and give you, how that man giving you source, boy?
Right?
That's the only thing you get, so. That's why you get it, so.
Yeah, and they get pipe.
Yeah, you get pipe, right?
Right?
That's so stupid. I think these brothers can't about it.
We kidding. Right? So go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
And upon them which worship his image.
And upon them which worship his image, which is his system, because when you take that iron for the microchip, right, you will be worshipping Cesare Borgia no more. You will be worshipping Esau Edom, the elite. You will be worshipping the elite, Salakia. You will be worshipping the elites, right? The Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Bilderbergers, Oppenheimers, right? The DuPonts, right? You'll be worshipping the elites and pledging your allegiance to the elites and all this, all the systematical aspects they have going towards their new world order. You'll be worshipping that because in that time, you think they will dig a horrors for homosexuality? I think so.
Revelation 14. Jump to Revelation 14. 14 and things.
Right? You think they won't? You'll be able. Esau's breaking the whole order. You know, bestiality, homosexuality, and all sorts of filth they will be able to do in that order, in that new world order. That is where they want to implement. You know, your idol worship. You know, worshiping them, and all sorts of nonsense, right? All these things. This is what Esau hell bent on implementing. Show the four corners of the earth.
You're not eat Bob like blackfish. At least Bob like blackfish, I still say they are refining chip in my At least one thing that nigga say gonna tell you about this that. Read.
And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man.
And it became the what?
The blood of a dead man.
Yeah.
And every living soul died in the sea.
That is going into the nuclear missiles, right? Because the Apostle Paul was breaking it down for us, That going into when the radiation from the nuclear, right?
Yeah, like
the waters is going to be contaminated.
Correct.
Right? And they would want to be drinking.
Yeah.
Because for instance, again I just always bring this.
So like here, that angel who does that is wormwood, eh?
Yeah, wormwood, yeah.
Yeah, because when they break down that, he make the water bitter. Right.
Yeah. So in World War II, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, when he bombed the drop in Hiroshima, right? About a day after or so, right, with the radiation going up to the clouds and what have you, the clouds started to get dark, real black. They started to come together and get black. And it started rain, but the thing is, the rain was coming along in thick black water droplets, right? Liquid droplets, right? But it was coming out thick and black. Now the people that didn't have no water to drink, more than just this thing was falling from the sky, right? They call it the black rain, and the people was drinking that water, that black water, that black thick substance, right? And what started to take place with them? They started to get cancer and all these sorts of things because radiation poison and whatnot. The hair started to fall off their head, the skin literally started to peel. You understand? Then again, look like, for instance, Chernobyl. I don't know if you brothers know about that. You know, back in the 80s, right, in Ukraine, right, where a nuclear reaction plant ended up blowing up, and that whole district, that whole city at Chernobyl, right, was blanketed with radiation. Yeah. And you know, to this day, you know, a lot of the people, already city now it is inhabited to this day. It is uninhabited to this day. You know, but people still having the effects where a lot of these children, they are being born with a lot of birth defects and what have you. Can. Because of this, because of the nuclear missile, right? Yeah. And there's the thing.
75 years later.
Yeah, right? And there's the thing. All this is the place with the most high for you, especially you Jakes in America who's about to take the RFID chip.
Yeah.
Because who ain't gonna die from the sores and whatnot where the chip will be malfunctioning within your body, right? Who ain't gonna die from that? You will die from the thermonuclear missiles. Yeah. Simple as that, right? Revelation 14 and 9.
Right, this is the book of Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9.
And then Revelation 15 and 1.
Right? And the third angel followed him,
Uh-huh.
saying with a loud voice,
Uh-huh.
if any man worship the beast
If any man worship the beast,
and his image,
yeah, the system and the image of a system which is his laws and what have you.
But that angel, that very angel represents the prophet.
Prophets can.
Represent us on the street crying out to the people, warning the people about if you worship that beast or take the mark of the beast. Can go ahead.
can, right? And receive his mark,
And receive what?
his mark,
Which is charagma.
right, in his forehead
Yeah.
or in his hand.
Or in the
So
hand.
so
how you again? So since
So like so the camps like the Sons of Thunder and other camps like ISUPK and you brothers and them. I mean you will gamble with your life so much. All because
pride.
I don't all because I don't want to say like what Ben is saying now.
Yeah.
Taha was right.
Yeah.
And if
But Ben is a soldier because Ben humbled himself and said, you know what, Taha was right. If a brother right, he right, but humble yourself.
And the Labanyam is one teacher that's a hand
Can.
right? So that shows you level of humility, man.
A man have.
But he warned, he said, now you all have been warned because I tell you all to are right. And if you all do still don't want to hear and still want to continue in your nonsense and go and take that trip, well, you are to face your judgment.
And absolutely, because if these brothers profess to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord itself said, "We don't take these things in the flesh." Leviticus 19 and 28, right? And you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any mark upon you. I am Yahweh.
And he have it, and that in my Bible, that I am Yahweh in all caps, which means serious about that. It's in all caps.
All caps.
Yeah.
Right. So that's part of the laws, right? That's part of the law and the statutes. So when you brothers tell people who want to take vaccination and that's okay. They go off.
Because in order for you to be validated that you've been vaccinated, you have to take the RFID.
And by the way, you brothers who say the mark of the beast is a man. When the vaccine come, I want to see you all refuse it. Because if the mark of the beast, if I am teaching the mark of the beast is a man, it's only obvious I'll take the vaccine because I don't believe that it's the microchip.
Yeah.
So I will have to live in the free world with everybody I want to steal. But these niggas know too well that they're not going to take it. But you know the most high is so dreadful.
The spirit and them to take it.
Spirit and them to take it. Yeah.
Take it with the children too. Let the children allow the children to take it too.
Them same brothers, you know, they trust in the system. Them trust in the system. They believe in the system. Right?
Yeah, more than that or than
Yeah. I don't know about one. I just want to leave it up quick.
Bring it up.
I just want to leave it up quick one because there's that in Isaiah 36 and 6, right?
Right.
Lord, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed. What Egypt?
We brought that out to the street, right?
Yeah, we're on. If a man lean, it will go into his hand.
It will go what?
Into his hand.
Yeah, talk about the RFID chip. You trust in the system. Now they have a microchip to go into your blood clot. If you lean on the system, all through the scripture, you're talking about the RFID chip. All through the scripture.
And pierce it.
And what?
And pierce it.
Pierce it.
That's charagma.
Right?
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
To all that trust in him, right?
And that Pharaoh represents what he
eats.
Good. We jump back to Revelation 14 and verse 10.
Yeah, good.
The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh.
Right, so that's for all of you all who want to take, this ship. Because I'm telling you all, I'm telling you, and a lot of you women is going to regret that all they didn't take the fat man reproof. Because a lot of this a lot of you all women is one with you just come down too hard on the woman. And, hey, there's a reason why I'm coming down hard on all they call is weaker judgment vessel, boy. Right? And there's going to be using all the children as bargaining chips, boy.
Anyway, listen, look how righteous it is. I pick up all these sisters that holding the faith in your heart watching me on the shop. Because I have nothing to say about that because they're holding the faith and the order. But for you sisters who don't know yourself and refuse to know yourself, we praise you not.
A lot of you women is going to take the RFID chip because, hey, my children had to eat. You know, you women, you all don't like to be uncomfortable, point blank period. You don't like to be too cold, you don't like to be too hot. You understand? So you all is going to give in, and you all are very emotional. So Esau is going to play on your emotions, right? The same way how we deceive Eve in the garden is the same way how he's going to deceive you here now. And this because they still are garden, no? It's still a garden, and the serpent still swiveling through.
That's why serpent ruling.
Right? They the fact that the serpent ruling right now.
Yeah.
You understand? And he's going to deceive you all into taking that. Yeah, what is Revelation 15 and 1?
Yeah.
We want to Revelation 15 and 1 first.
Where's that here? Yeah, bring all that. And then they will go to Revelation 15 to end it off now.
I'm typing thing again, no come back.
Like Matthew 10 and 34.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Let's now.
Let me, you okay? Or you okay?